Hello everyone and welcome to Doggy GOO Review 8. My name is Odie Lofton.
And Raven Wine.
Well, we made it back from California, okay? Unfortunately, we're back, and I know I don't sound quite up to snuff as perky as I usually am. That's because I was in the hospital a couple of days ago. I had to go to the ER because I have Meniere's disease, which causes me to get very dizzy, lightheaded, even blackout spells, nausea, vomiting, and I had a terrible migraine on top of it. And I had to go and they had to give me some pain medication through an IV to deal with it. And so it's been a couple days ago now and I'm still kind of out of it, but I'm feeling a lot better than what I was then. And you should have seen Philbin, my guide dog here in the ER with us. He was actually whining because he couldn't get close enough to me because the doctors were all around me, you know, doing the IV, and they were, you know, doing the blood pressure and all that. And he was like, "What are you doing to my owner? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he was actually whining because he saw me laying in the gurney because they had me lay down for a little bit to let the medicine kick in and work and do its job. And he wanted to be right there beside me, so gotta give credit to Philbin for loving me. Wow. So anyway, as far as his allergies and stuff are concerned, it is back into allergy season, and we are seeing definitely an increase with him licking and chewing on his paws. So for one, at night, we have his e-collar, which is also known as the cone, and he has to wear this at night, basically to keep him from chewing, because we can't keep an eye on him constantly. So it's just at night. He doesn't wear it all the time. I mentioned that before. You can see more about it in our previous post. We've also increased his doggy goo to
3 times a day.
3 times a day now, and each time he gets 1 teaspoon. Now, for those of you who already have your animals on doggy goo, it's very important that you read the instructions on how much to give your dog, and there's different dosages depending on how bad your dog's allergies are. If your dog's allergies are really bad, depending on the weight, you're gonna want, you know, to give that, you know, where they're agitated, where they're called allergy stressed. If it's just a maintenance dose, then that's going to be a little different. Typically it's 1 less than if they're stressed out. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know is, I'm going to get up here because I put the doggy goo in front of the camera so that
Philbin would look straight.
Philbin would look straight because he really likes this stuff. But what's really important is, when we were on vacation, we had Steven, who's the owner of this, to mail us out some more. And we weren't going to be here, so I had to mail it to my mom's address, since she was going to be the one picking us up from the airport. And the one thing that, it wasn't on the box, unfortunately, but the one thing that's really important is when you get this, you need to take it out and put it in the refrigerator as soon as possible. The main reason for doing this is my mom left it out in the car, and it was hot here at the time. We were up in like the low 80s, and it literally exploded everywhere. It was just a big mess. So you definitely want to make sure you get this out of the package and get it into a refrigerator as soon as possible. Also, it keeps the components together, because when we got it, it was like soup.
Really?
It was really watery.
Soupy.
So it doesn't,
Soupy
it's
soup.
still good, but it's going to take a while to get stirred up, and you're going to have to constantly work with it. The potency probably isn't going to be as strong, so that's the other reason. You got to really make sure that you take care of the product and that. And unfortunately, my mom didn't know because she hasn't used goo. We were just sending it to her since we weren't going to be available yet. So anyway, I'm going to put this back in front of the camera.
And it took me like about a half hour to clean both the tubs off.
Yeah, it was a mess. Very greasy and oily. But the oil has a lot of good stuff in it for Philbin, you know.
But unfortunately, we lost a lot of that.
Yep. So, anyway, the other thing that we want to start doing is, because obviously Philbin's doing better on the doggy goo than he was before, and his allergies still are not nearly as bad as they were before, is we want to touch on other pet topics, other prevention, other tips and tricks that we've kind of come up with and our users have come up with. And one of the things I got as an email yesterday from his vet clinic was the importance of treating for heartworm. And the email goes something like this. A single flea can drink 15 times its weight in blood each day. You can buy 11 years of heartworm prevention and pay less than the cost of treating your dog one time for heartworm disease. Up to 15% of commercial potting soil contains roundworm eggs. 15% of that soil, of that commercial stuff, contains the heartworm eggs. If your dog has a habit of getting into the garden, it might make you think twice. And the other important thing is you need to keep your dog on flea and tick and heartworm prevention year-round. Regardless if it's the dead of winter and everything's dead. It does not matter. You need that constant build-up and tolerance. If you let them take off, you take them off of it in the fall, and you think, oh, they'll be fine until then. The problem is, by the time you get back to spring the next year, it's not in their system anymore. It's going to take that much longer to build up, so it's best just to keep it on there. It's going to be worth it. Like the thing said, you can buy 11 years worth of this stuff, and be still paying a lot less than you would if you were treating for one instance of the heartworm disease. Flea and tick is also really high right now. I saw a news article in the news earlier last week, and they were talking about how the Deep South, especially around Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, they're having major outbreaks of the flea and tick. Actually, in California, I saw where some of the orange trees in the county were being infested by a bug. Not a bug that's going to be deadly to really... Well, actually, it would be deadly because it carries a disease that can basically kill someone. But they've had with the early spring that's happened across our country, a lot of the bugs and insects and parasites that normally don't come around until late April, May, even June in some cases, depending on where you live in the country, they're already out and blooming. So you got to get that protection started as soon as possible. That's pretty much what I wanted to go over today. Philbin, like I said, he's doing fine. We got the e-collar, we got him on an increased dose, and so far it's really worked. And you'll notice with Doggy Goo, if you even miss one day while your dog's on goo, and you take them off, but one day you forget to do it, you might actually start noticing that they're going to start scratching almost immediately. They need that constant dose. But as long as you keep it up, it's like night and day. Yeah, I promise you'll be very happy with it. I am formally going to come out and say I endorse it, but this is after giving 7 reviews on this. And I have been very critical with Doggy Goo as far as being a helpful product, because there's so many products out there and there's so many companies that are going to try and sell you something because they want to make a profit. This product actually works, and I've tested this. We've been having Philbin on Goo since December, so that's 4 or 5 months now. Yeah, 5 months, because we had all of December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, 5 months. 5 months almost to the day, and actually over 5 months. And I can honestly say it's definitely improved it. And this is 5 months of every day giving him at least 2 dosages of it.
If you remember what his paws looked like when we first started compared to what they look
like
now.
I think I might show that because I've still got those pictures. I'm going to show a before and after picture right now. And if you look on your screen to the left, you'll see the old picture and what his paws looked like when we first started. And then on the right hand side of your screen, you can see what the paws look like recently. Actually, just a couple weeks ago we took those pictures. So you can definitely see the improvement. His coat is a lot shinier now. I promise you your dog will enjoy it. There's not too many dogs that don't like peanut butter. The only way it probably wouldn't work out for you is if you were allergic to peanuts yourself. Because it does contain 100% natural peanut butter in them. But anyway, that's pretty much what I got. Like I said, we're going to be starting to switch from Doggy Goo to just talking about pet parent issues and problems. Don't forget to use the promo code though. Doggy Goo is still going to be part of our site in a big way. We still recommend it. And also, Steven, let me go ahead. In June, or is it? No, May. It's either May or June. He's going to be releasing Goo Rescue. And
would you like to tell them what Goo Rescue is for those who don't know?
Rescue is going to have some of the same components in it as Doggy Goo. However, it's going to be formulated to treat dogs who have been on antibiotics for a long time, and also dogs who just normally get sick quite a bit, or anyone. It's going to be more of a generic supplement to help dogs build up immune system up naturally, but it won't have some of the components in there that are used to treat allergies in dogs. It's going to be for every dog. So regardless if they have allergies or not, it's going to build up the immune system up naturally, the same way that Doggy Goo does for dogs with allergies. And it's going to be a great product. I can't wait for Steven to release it. And
let's just hope it's as successful as the original Doggy Goo itself.
I hope so. And he's still, I think, working on Kitty Goo. Seriously. Yeah, they're going to be working on Kitty Goo, I think, soon. And there's a few other products that he's planning on releasing. He's a very busy guy. It's actually even hard for me to get a hold of him. And I think you guys are going to be really happy with the stuff coming out. And if he'll let me, we haven't really discussed it a whole lot, but if he'll let me, I'd love to get some of that product and show it off for you guys and do like a smaller review for those, and see kind of how people are reacting to it. So with that, thank you guys, and make sure you comment on our Pet Parents Forum. Make sure you also use that promo code that we have out still, GOO, G-O-O, 5BFF6, and you'll take $5 off every order of Doggy Goo. So it's not just a one-time deal. You can use it for every order. We want you to be happy. We want you to take a discount off of it. And if you have any questions or comment, email us at support@LoftonSpace.com. And Raven, do you have anything you want to add?
No. You covered it all.
Oh, one more thing. We have a radio station now set up for our main part, LoftonSpace.com. If you guys are interested in country music, click over to our main site, LoftonSpace.com. And then you can see the Live 365 player there. Just go ahead and hit play and give it a shot. On Saturdays, starting this Saturday on April 14th, tomorrow at, I believe we're going to do it at 7 p.m. I don't even remember what time I set it up for now.
You'll have to double check.
I will, but it's either going to be 6 or 7 p.m. I think, no, it is 7. Yeah, it's going to be 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're going to have the Goo Review Update. And we're going to be doing that every week. So click over there. It's going to be our live radio show where you can actually email us and talk to us, and we will answer your questions live via email, our Facebook page, our Twitter page. And yeah, we're going to have a great time, and we hope you guys can join us for that. And thanks so much again for being a part of our site. Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry, I keep thinking of this
PSS.
The PSS. If you guys are interested in hot news topics, not necessarily relating to pets and treatments and Doggy Goo and things like that, we have a new columnist who's going to be writing for LoftonSpace.com as far as current event stories. His name is Kevin Lofton. He happens to be my father. So this ought to be interesting, and he's going to be discussing topics ranging from politics, education, social, economic issues, and also religion. We're going to be having everything else in between. His first topic is going to be entitled, "Should Teachers Be Responsible to Raise Our Children?" So make sure you take a look at that. It's going to be on our main website, LoftonSpace.com, next Wednesday, April 18th. So make sure you go over and check that out. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and join us in a couple weeks for Doggy Goo Review 9. Bye everybody.